Hi guys, this is the function video number 2. Already function video 1 is there. This is the examples which we discussed in the functions video 1. Now the functions video 2. Now we'll discuss about the functions. So video class 2, right? With the function, this is a function video class 1, right? Check the video class 1. Functions video class 1. So we're discussing video class 2, right? Good. In the video class 2, the first one we'll discuss about the function return type. Function return type, right? Good. To do the practicals, just to go to the file menu. This is the full screen here. Just to minimize the full screen. Go to the file menu, click on new. Go to the others. In the others, you can select the Python. Click on OK. This is Python window. Here, write the files. What are the point now we're discussing? Function return type, right? That's it. Coming to the functions return types, if you want full video, just click on the full screen. Function return type. First of all, let me declare the function here. Function name is called some display is a function, right? That's it. So inside the function, let me print some data. This method is called, this function is called good morning message. We got the message, good morning, right? Good. So just I would like to call that function disp you are calling. After calling, let me save this application. To save, just control S. In local disk E, directly I am saving this application. So what the file name here? First.py. The extension should be the py, right? That's it. First.py. Let me run it. To run this file, just open the command prompt. In the command prompt, initially there is a location here, local disk C, but to move to the local disk E, right? Because my file is there in local disk E. In the local disk E, how to run this code here? Python. The file is called first.py. Just you will get the message good morning, right? That's it. The function, see in other languages like C, CPP, Java languages, every time we have to specify the return type. If return type is integer means we must return which value or integer value. If return type is a float means returns which value float. Return types boolean means returns boolean, right? So on and so on. But in Python we have the flexibility is there while returning the value. So there is no need to specify the which type we are returning. Which type we want, just you can return the type. Which type you want, just return the type, right? So you simply can write the return 10. Here I am returning integer value, right? Good. The function can return the value, but function is returning the value means generally we have to hold that value, right? Where we have to hold the value while calling the function. This is called function calling or not? Yes or no? This is called function calling. While calling the function, we have to hold it. But assume I am not holding the value. If you are not holding also, function is returning the value, but we are not holding. If you are not holding the value also, execute it, right? It means holding the return value is mandatory or optional? Holding the return value, mandatory or optional? Holding the return value is always optional. But project level, always can you please hold the return value and print the return value. So, no, good. Disp is return the value, right? Store that value by some x variable. X variable or not, just to print that value. So print of, tell me, so simply can write the message return value equal to comma x. Then tell me what is the value of the x? Simply 10, right? So holding the return value is optional, mandatory here. Holding the return value, mandatory, optional here. Optional, but it is always recommended to hold the value just to check the value, right? That's it. That is called function return type here. But here one more way is there to hold the value and print the value. See, instead of holding the value and printing the value, directly you can call the function by using print statement. When we call the function by using print, then whatever the function return value, the return value directly it will be printed. Check it. Last line is 10 is printed or not. So here we can hold the return value in two ways. One is hold the return value, you can print it. Otherwise, if you want print the return value, directly you can use the print of function calling. We print of function calling or not. That's it. This is a case one. I hope the point is clear, right? So in Python we have the flexibility. The function can return any type of value. See, for example here, if you return the Ratan means, then return value is Ratan, right? If I return the 10.5 means the return value is 10.5. That's it. and we can hold the return value, we can print it. Otherwise directly can call the function. When we call the function, then what happened here? When we call the function by using print statement, when we call the function by using print statement, the value is printed or not. That's all, guys. I hope the point is clear, right? Good. And case 2, sir, inside the function we can return multiple values or not. See, for example, return 10, return 20. Then tell me what is the output now. I'm using return 10 and return 20. Return 10, return 20 means, then what is the output? Anyway, I'm holding the value, I'm printing the value only. Good. Then what happened here? You'll get error message, or it returns the 20. When we have the multiple return statements, it takes the first return value. After returning statement, remaining all values are ignored simply. Remaining all values will be ignored or not. So if you write the print statement also here, the remaining code will be ignored or not. This is called Durga. Otherwise simply can write Ratan IT. That's it. Control S, run it. Good morning, return value is 10, right? Then what happened here? This line will be ignored or not. This line also will be ignored, right? Good. So then what is the final conclusion here? Once the return statement is done, after return statement, all the statements will be the ignored ones. In other languages you will get the error message here, but in Python that values will be simply ignored. That's it. Clear now? That's all. Now, so Ratan sir, but I want the two values. Two values means you can go with if else condition here. If of 10 greater than 20, tell me, if of 10 greater than 20, if 10 greater than 20 means return some value, return Ratan or any data, no problem. Else block, in the else block return Durga. That's it. Like that you can do it, no problem. I'm calling disp, right? That's it. They tell me here we'll get the Ratan or Durga. Condition is failed, I think. Condition is failed means the return value will be the Durga. Assume I written 10 greater than 10 less than 20. It means 20 is bigger value, right? I think this is condition success. Condition success means it returns Ratan only, right? That's it. So by making if else condition, we can do return statement also like this. The point is clear, right? Good. That is a if else condition, a simple if else condition. That's all. The last case regarding return statement, case number 4. Coming to the case number 4, what I said, the disp method can return the value, right? But a small point here I am not returning any value, but I am trying to hold the value, trying to print the value. Then what happened? So here generally we have to hold the value and we have to print the value, right? But here I am not returning the value. I am not returning the value. Without returning, I am trying to hold the value. If the function is not returning any value, but if you are trying to hold the value, trying to print the value, you will get the none value here. So the default return value is a none. What the default return value here? None, right? That's it. So this is all about the function with the return statements. Total how many cases regarding function with return statement here? 4 cases. I'm repeating all the cases, you can check it here. This is the functions. Function video class 2, right? Now start with return type. So in Python we have the flexibility, the function can return any type of value. Point number 1. Once the function returns the value, returning the function return value is optional, mandatory. Returning the value is mandatory, optional here, optional, but it is always recommended to hold the value, print the value. But while holding the value, you have the 2 options. We can hold the value, we can print the value. Otherwise call the function directly by using print statement. And case 2, once the return statement is there, after return statements remaining all the statements will be ignored. Case 3, by using if else condition we can return the multiple values. Case 4, so if the function is not returning any value but you are trying to hold the value, printing the value, you will get which value? The default return value is a none. We got the default return value here. Default return value will be the none, right? That's all. Now function return type, how many cases are there total? 4 cases, right? The next one we'll think about inner functions. What do you mean inner function here? Declaring the function inside another function is called inner function, right? Say Python support inner functions. So declaring the function inside another function. That concept is called inner functions, right? That's it. Coming to the inner functions, so I declared def outer function. Inside the outer function I declared just name1 equal to Ratan. This is called outer function variable, right? Outer function variable, just a print off. So this is outer function variable equal to comma name1 I'm printing, right? That's it. Inside the outer function, let me declare the inner function. Declaration def of inner function colon. So where is the control is blinking, in that place just write the code, right? Here just you can write the code name2. So name2 equal to, simply I can write Durga here. So just print the data, print of, this is my, tell me here, this is my inner function name, right? Inner function name equal to comma name2. That's it. See, the inner function can access outer function variables also. So inner function can access outer function variable also, right? Simply can write the print of name1 also possibility right there. That's all, guys. This is called outer function code. Outer function name1 I'm declaring variable, just I'm printing the name1 variable, right? Just I'm declaring inner function, inner of, I'm declaring name2. The inner function can access outer function data, right? That's it. See here, I would like to call the outer function. To call the outer function, just outer of. Whenever you are calling the outer function, then what happened here? So name equal Ratan, that's okay. Then outer function variable is printed, right? But this is called inner function code. Are you calling inner function code here? No. Sir, no, this is called which function calling here? This is called outer function calling, right? Outer function calling. Then inside the outer function, you must to call inner function or not. But here we are called or not called? Not called. Up to now, we can run this code once. Python first.py. What is the expected output? Here I am not calling inner function. If you are not calling inner function, then what happened? Only outer function data is executed or not? Just outer function variable executed. Okay, that is the reason inside the outer function, can you please call the inner function? This is the alignment, right? Straight line. This is alignment. Just you can call the inner function. So here the inner of. What about this one here? This is called inner function calling or not? That's it. Once you are calling inner function, then what happened? Just inner function name and corresponding name1 also printed or not? That's it. But some of the students are writing the code as part of inner function body. Now if you write like this, then what happened? This is called inner function calling inner function body. Inner function body, right? Now we'll get the error message. Like no error, but we are not calling inner function, right? That's it. See how to check the alignment. Slowly we can get the clarity. Okay, so if you make the left hand side, then what happened? This is the code of which function here? Outer function or not? Observe carefully. Inner here enter button is there. This is the code of which function? Inner function. So here I am calling the inner function. Calling the inner function means this is a code of which function? Outer function or not? So that's it. So finally we decided the Python supports inner functions concept. So here, so inside the inner function, inside the outer function, you can declare the inner functions and just to call the members or not. That's it. An inner function can access outer class variables or not. Oh, inner function can access outer class variable, right? Outer function variable, right? That's it. I hope the example is clear, right? Good. So the next one here, next example, we'll discuss about the non-local keyword. What the keyword name here? Non-local, which is introduced in Python 3.x. The keyword is called non-local. Then what is the advantage of non-local keyword? Observe carefully. I declare name1. Which variable here? This is Ratan. This is a outer class variable, right? Outer class variable or not? That's it. This is a name2 I declared here. Otherwise, this one is also declared name1. Then tell me here, just I am printing inner function name. This is a name1 I am printing just. So inside the outer function, just I am calling inner function. Then what is the output now? Tell me. What is the output now? Assume here I am trying to print the data, outer function data. To print the outer function data, just to print name1. After calling inner function, just I am trying to print the print of here simply can write the name one only. Observe carefully. So as tell me one point here, this is called inner function body, outer function body. Observe carefully. What are the question is, this is all about the declaration. Name one is the declaration, def inner, this is called inner function declaration, right? Mask, this is called which part? The outer function body or not? This is called outer function body. In the outer function body, here I am printing the name here, name one here. Printing the name one means then which data is printed here? Which data is printed? I am asking like inner function data is printed, outer function data is printed. This is outer function code, right? Let me write in the comment mode here. This is called which function code here? Outer function code actually. This is called outer function code. Outer function code means printing the name one means outer function name only printed or not. So here print the name one. What is the outer function name? Just Ratan is printed. That's it. Ratan is printed. Then I am calling inner function. Whenever I am calling inner function, then inner function execute or not? Inner function execute means it is printing the name one. This is the local to inner function or not? Local to inner function means just this Durga value only within the inner function. This Durga value only within the inner function, right? But here I once again I am trying to print the name one. This is called, as I said, outer function code. Outer function code means printing name one means this is called outer function variable or not? What is the outer function variable here? Again Ratan only, right? That's it. So then what is the output expected here? Ratan, Durga, Ratan or not? Print I'm just going to print Ratan, Durga, Ratan. Inner function code Durga and Ratan is printed or not? That's it. I hope the example is clear, right? Non-local key. So not non-local keyword. Yeah? This is a normal example. This is the case 1. In the case 2, I will apply the non-local keyword. Case 2. In the case 2, what is the non-local keyword? You can check it once. Case 2. My requirement is inside the inner function, I want to represent the outer function variable. Same example, I am doing modification. Inside the inner function, I want to represent the outer function variable. Inside the inner function, to represent the outer function variable, we can use the non-local keyword. As you know, global keyword, right? Inside the function, to represent the global keyword, use the to represent the global variable, use the global keyword. But what is my requirement here? Inside the inner function, to represent the outer function variable. Inside the inner function representing outer function variable means that outer function variable is called non-local variable. So no, that's it. Simply can write the name one. Then tell me this name one is local key. This name one is now local to inner. This is called non-local we are representing. Non-local you are representing. Non-local you are representing means then what happened? Name one is a local variable or non-local variable? Non-local variable. Non-local variable means we are assigning Durga. Durga means what happened? Ratan is replaced with Durga or not? Now what is the data now here? Durga is printed, Ratan is printed. Durga is printed. First I am printing the data before calling inner. This is inner function calling, right? Before calling inner I am printing the name. Before calling inner means this one is not called. This one is not called means initially what is the data? Ratan. Once I call the inner, then what happened? Inner is replacing the Ratan with the non-local variable. Non-local means Ratan with Durga replaced or not? Once it is replaced, after calling inner, that value will become which value here? Durga, right? So the value will replace, right? Check the last line here. Durga is printed or not? Durga will be printed. That's it. So finally what is the conclusion? Inside the inner function to represent outer function variable, inside the inner function to represent outer function variable, use non-local keyword. I hope the point is clear, right? Inside the inner function to represent the outer function variable, we are using which keyword here? Non-local keyword. I am repeating this example once again, you can check it. I am calling outer function, then outer function executed. This is called declaration, this is called declaration only. So outer function code, from here onwards execution starts. Print name one means this is outer function code means outer function variable. Initially what is the value? Ratan is there, because still this is not executed. Then I am calling this one. So inside the inner function what I am doing, I am representing name1 is a non-local variable. Non-local variable means this value will be replaced or not. Then what is the purpose of non-local keyword inside the inner function? Tell me, what is the purpose of non-local keyword? So inside the inner function to represent outer function variable use non-local. That's it. Inside the inner function to represent the outer function variable use which keyword here? Non-local keyword. That's all. If example is clear, right? Good. And case 2. What is the case 2 now? Coming to the case 2, observe carefully. Case 2, small modification. I have this is called non-local variable. So inside the function, tell me, I am not using any non-local. Just I am declaring the name1 equal to, other just I am printing name1 first of all. Printing name1. See, printing name1 means this is which variable here? Wait, come on, here I am printing name1. Printing name1 means using inner class function variable inner function variable, outer function variable. Printing name1 means this is outer function variable, right? Once you are printing outer function variable, okay, printing outer function variable, then in this case what is output here? Simply Ratan is printed, right? But simply can run this code, maybe you'll get error message. We'll get error message actually. The reason, you can check the reason once. What the reason here? Unbounded local variable name1 referenced before assignment. Right? What is the reason here? The reason is, once if you are using the non-local variable inside the inner function, whenever we are using outer function variable inside the inner function, using in the sense like printing or doing some operations. Once if you are using outer function variable inside the inner function with the same variable name, it is not possible to declare the local variable. Repeating once again, inside the inner function, whenever we are using the outer function variable, so inside the inner function I am printing outer function variable, right? Inside the inner function, whenever we are using outer function variable with the same name, we cannot declare the local variable. Yes or no? You cannot declare the local variable or not, you will get error message. The entire code is not required, just error message you can check it. Good. See, for example, if you can remove it here, we can remove this one. Then what happened? This name1 is belongs to non-local. This name1 is belongs to local to inner function. This case, any problem is there? No problem. We'll get code is executed. Because we are not calling any inner function, that reason data is not printed. That is not a problem. Our intention is main intention. This will become the non-local variable, this will become the local variable. Is there any problem is there? There is no problem. Okay, so but the main problem is, once if you are using the outer function variable inside the inner function, so print or calculations, some calculations, name1. Inside the inner function I am using outer function variable, right? Once if you are using the outer function variable with the same name, we cannot declare the local variables inside the inner function. So what is the conclusion here? So note, once we are using outer function variable in inner function, in this case inside the inner function, inside the inner function with the same name, inside the inner function with the same name, we cannot declare local variable. The point is small conclusion here, but makes a lot of difference in the project actually. once we are using the outer function variables inside the inner function, in this case with the same name we cannot declare local variable. So we'll get error message. What error message? Yeah, unbounded local variable something. Unbounded local variable. I hope this example is clear, right, everyone? For everyone, this example is clear. That's all. Any doubts? Good. So the next one here, I can go with the global keyword. As you know, global keyword, right? Inside the function to represent the global variable, we require the global keyword. As you know, non-local and global keyword. So what do you mean global keyword here? Inside the function to represent the outer function variable, we are using which keyword here? Global keyword or not? Let me check it slowly once. This is called outer function variable. So no, this is called outer function variable. This is called inner one. Inner one. I'll make the code. You can check the code once. Inner one function. So in inner one, just I'm printing the data, name one data. Okay. So I'm declaring one more inner two. Def of inner two. So inside the inner two, I'm representing my non-local keyword, non-local name one. So then name one equal to, let me make it Durga. Then what happened here? So here I'm doing name one equal to some Anu. Observe carefully. Name one equal to Anu. This is called first function, inner function. This is second inner function. This is second inner function, right? That's it. The third one, I'm declaring one more inner function, def inner 3. Def inner 3. Inside the function, I want to print the global variable. Global variable means global name one. So then name one equal to, I can make the value Ratan IT. So no, printing the, so printing the inner function name, all the inner function names. Okay, so these all are the declaration of outer function data, right? Then we have to focus on outer function data execution. So this is called outer function code, inner function code. Outer function code now I am writing. So outer function code, just I am doing print of name one. Print of name one. Then what happened here? The outer function variable is printed. What is outer function variable here now? Name one, Ratan, right? Ratan is executed. Then you can please call the inner one. After calling the inner one, simply can write the print of once again name one. Print once again name one. So inner one. Whenever we are, see this line, what is output? Tell me. This line output will be the first value of outer function variable. Outer function code means outer function variable is Ratan, right? Then I am calling inner function. Whenever I am calling the inner function is executed. Inner function executed or not? So you can make this one is a name one. You can make this one is also name one. Make it this is also name one. So I am calling inner function. Then inner function is executed or not? Whenever the first inner function executed, then first inner function I am using name one equal to Anu. Now can you please tell me this name one is which variable? Which variable? Local to this inner function or not? This type of examples, one time we may not get the clarity. Just to check the same example once again, you will get the more clarity. Okay, so good. So this is called which variable here? Obviously this is a local variable. Local variable means here what is the output now? What is the output now? Simply you'll get the Anu, right? Yes or no? You'll get the Anu value. That's it. So what is the next one here? I'm printing name one. Here name one means which value is printed? Tell me. Don't say Anu here, because Anu is only for this inner function variable, right? This is local to inner function. But I'm printing the value here means this is which value I'm printing here. Outer function variable. Outer function variable, which value is there? Ratan, right? Ratan sir, here name one is Anu, but this is a local to this function or not? Local to that function. That's all. So then once again I'm calling inner 2. Once I'm calling inner 2, then what happened here? Inner 2. Inside the inner 2, what we are doing? This is called local variable or non-local variable? Previously name one, this is a local to only inner one function. But this is the local variable or non-local variable? Non-local variable. Non-local variable means what happened? This is non-local variable, right? Wait, this is called which variable? Yeah, this is called non-local variable or not? Then what happened here? Anu is replaced with Durga. Now here what's the value? Obviously Durga is printed. That's it. The Durga is printed. After calling the inner two, trying to print the name one. Name one means which function variable? Outer function variable. Then outer function variable, which value is there? Ratan is there or Durga is there? Durga, right? Obviously this line, what is the output here? Durga is printed. Exactly. Then you can please call the inner 3. Whenever you are calling inner 3, then what happened here? Inner 3 executed. But this name is a local variable, non-local variable or global variable? Global variable, right? So inside the function, we can depend the global variable also by using global keyword. Ratan sir, outside function there is no global variable. No problem. See, we can declare the global variable inside the function itself. Then name one Ratan ID. Then what is the name one here? This is called, simply can say Ratan ID, right? Which variable? Yeah, Ratan ID. So after calling inner 3, I am trying to print the name once again. After calling name 1 means, here I am printing the data means, at least last time you can tell me, this is called which function variable? Outer function variable. Outer function variable, which value is there? Ratan ID. Wait, don't say Ratan ID here. Don't say Ratan ID. Ratan ID is which variable? Global variable. But non-local variable, previously which value is there? Durga only there, right? Only this one, and inner 2 function is modified or not? Inner 2 function is modified means which value is there? Durga is there. Durga is there means here which value is printed here? Durga only printed. See, after the inner outer function calling, trying to print the name once. Whenever I am trying to print the name one, then which variable is printed here? Outer function variable, global variable. Global variable. Global variable means what is the output here? Ratan ID is printed here. Example is clear? I'm repeating last time, you can check it. This is called outer function variable declaration, inner function, inner function, inner function. I'm printing the name one. Whenever you are printing the name one, it prints the outer function variable. What is the outer function variable? Ratan. Then I am calling inner one. Whenever I am calling the inner one, control goes to inner one is executed. Whenever the inner one is executed, I am printing the name one. Name one means what is the value here? Anu is printed or not? But this Anu is the local to this inner one only. After calling inner one, I am trying to print the name one. Then which variable here? Name one. Outer function variable, right? What is the outer function variable here? Ratan only printed here. Outer function variable means which value is printed? Ratan only printed, right? Clear? That's all. So then I am calling inner 2. Inner 2 I am representing non-local. Non-local means which inner function variable or outer function variable? Outer function variable. Don't think this is a local here. This is called a non-local. Non-local means outer function variable. Outer function variable I am assigning Durga. Then what happened? Ratan is replaced with Durga. Once the Ratan is replaced with Durga, then print the name. Then Durga is printed. Now the value is Ratan is there. After calling inner 2, then value is Ratan is there or Durga is there? Durga. Then I am printing name 1 means Durga is printed. Call inner 3. Whenever I am calling inner 3, this is making the global variable. Global variable. Global variable means throughout all the functions can access, right? Printing name. Printing name means it is printing the global data, it is printing the non-local data. Non-local data. Non-local data, which value is there here? Ratana, Durga. Na? Durga is there, right? Because it is replaced with the Durga. Then what is the value here? Durga is printed. After calling outside function, outside of the function, print the name 1. Then which name 1 is printed here? Print the name 1 means what is the value here? That's it. You can check these functions for us. Initially, Ratan is there. I am calling inner function name. Anu is there. Then once again Ratan. Then calling inner 2. Inner 2 means Durga. Then Durga. Inner function name Ratan IT. Then Durga only. Then last Ratan IT. Side by side you can check, place the output. You can check the output once. I hope the example is clear, right? So finally we decided 2 keywords here, non-local keyword and global keyword. What is the difference between non-local and global keyword here? inside the inner function to represent outer function variable, inside the inner function to represent outer function variable, we are using which keyword here? Non-local keyword. Inside the inner function to represent the global variable, we are representing which keyword here? Global keyword. I hope the examples are clear, right? This is all about complete examples regarding your functions part here. So in the functions, this is a video number how much? Video class number 2. Okay, I'll show the complete example. I'll explain all the examples once, you can check it. Functions video 1. In the functions video 1, what we discussed, the functions here, the functions main intention is to write the logics of the application. How many types of functions we have? 2 types of functions. Predefined function and user defined functions. Predefined functions already have some fixed meanings, so we have to focus on user defined function. What is the main advantage of function here? One time you can please write the code wherever you require, simply you can call that function, right? Declare the function by using which keyword? Def keyword. Def keyword, def disp1, def disp2, right? That's it. And second one is indentation error. I am showing some small errors. Case number 3, local variables in local variable and global variable accessing in functions. Local variable means inside the function, global variable all functions can access. Then function arguments we discussed. Function can have how many arguments? Total 4 types. Default argument, required argument, keyword argument, variable argument. We discussed individually, we are combining all, right? That's it. So default argument means we have some default values. EID 111, E name Ratan, E salary is 10,000.45. Later you have to assign the value or not. So no, yeah. See, if you are not assigning any values means here, by default that values will be taken. Next one is required argument. What is the required argument? Expecting 3 values, mandatory how to pass 3 values. See here I am mixing both the required argument and default argument. While mixing the data, once the default argument is started, next arguments must be the default arguments. But second one is valid and invalid case here, invalid. Because here the default argument is started, but next argument is normal argument, right? Not valid, invalid. Then what is the conclusion here? Once the default argument is started, remaining arguments must be the default types. Right? That's all. Next one is the keyword argument. While passing the data, we must specify the keyword names, variable names. In the keyword argument, the order of argument is important or not important? Not important. And one more point here, while passing the keyword argument, once the keyword argument is started, next arguments must be the keyword arguments. This is called keyword argument, right? Started, right? Next arguments must be the keyword arguments. But this is not, you will get invalid. Next one discuss variable arguments. It allows the function to take any number of values, and along with the required arguments, and we discuss the arguments, right? That's it. Then function video 2 will focus on return type. In Python function have the flexibility, it can return any type of value, like returns integer, return float, return string, any type of values it return. So we can hold the return value, we can print the return value, otherwise directly use the print statement to print the value or not. That's it. But the case 2 here, once the return value is there, after return value, if you write any number of statements, those statements simply ignored. If else conditions, you can write more than one return value. So next one is if the function is not returning any value, but you are trying to hold the value, trying to print the value, the default return value will be the none. Then you discuss inner functions. Declare the function inside another function. The inner function can access outer function data. Then we discuss non-local keyword. So inside the inner function, once you represent the outer function variable, once you are using outer function variable, with the same name we cannot declare the local variable. You check it. Once we are using outer function variable in inner function, in this case, inside the inner function, with the same name we cannot declare the local variable. That line is important. Read see, one time you are not getting the clarity, read one more time, you will get some clarity. Then you discuss the global keyword and non-local keyword. So inside the inner function, to represent the outer function variable non-local keyword, inside the functions to represent the global variable, we have required the global keyword. That's all guys. So that's all guys, this is all about the functions concept. One time you are not getting some clarity, the last examples you can check one more time. YouTube videos here, no need to go to anywhere to learn with Python and all. Just you can check all the videos one by one, prepare the notes, right? That's it guys. So thanks for watching. Like the video and comment the video and subscribe to our channel to get the more updates. Thank you guys. Bye.